Okay, just like we kind of talked about with Area 51, we're going to talk about smooth arcs that allow us to break these patterns down into less work. And less work means easier to memorize, less mistakes, and ultimately allow us to go a little bit smoother and faster. So this pattern, the maze, we enter here, right up through here. So let's talk about this. A straightaway, left turn, left turn, left turn, and left turn or U-turn into another U-turn and back out. Obviously, this is the most critical part of the maze pattern. Otherwise, it's simple and basic. So most people are going to take linear path of travel. They're going to just look at this as like, okay, I'm going to go left, straighten the bike up, drive over here, go left, straighten the bike up, drive over here, go left, straighten the bike up, go over here, make a U-turn. Most people look at this thing and like, because this is pretty tight, they make a U-turn from somewhere around here. And the problem with that is it tends to be a pretty big U-turn that puts them close to this cone. So it's somewhere like this, and they're close to this cone. The challenge with that is now I don't have necessarily a lot of room if I'm not careful, especially if I get greedy and try to pivot like we talked about some of these other. I start pivoting from this point. Now you're putting yourself in this area here, and not only is that slow, you may hit cones, but now I'm over here trying to get out. And that can move me, that can move me way over here. And now if I'm way over here, I've got just this much room to try to get out. And that can be tricky, okay? Yes, it's pretty big, but that can be tricky and it's slow. Here's what we do. Here's how this works. I come in here, again, I want to make S's. I'm gonna road race this thing. So when I come in here, I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna start leaning right to lean left so that I can come back over here and drop in from this point here. This turn, 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 how can I make this one smooth arc? So let's go backwards. So it's gonna look more like that. I'm gonna come in here, drop in here. I don't wanna hit saddlebags, so to get to the left-hand side, I gotta be leaned over. That's why I'm doing that. And that sets me up for this. I leaned over to the left, and I'm coming through here on one smooth arc. So I've taken 3 turning movements and made one out of them. A left and a left, well, 2, and made a U-turn. So here I am, same thing. I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna play around with that little jog, because what I wanna do is, I wanna be somewhere over here, and I'm going to turn this into one nice turning movement, okay? I'm gonna make a U-turn out of all that. Now, because here's the deal. If I can put myself, check this out. So now I'm coming through here. If I can use, after I've turned this into one smooth turn, nice and easy. Again, I'm making nice wide turn, set up nice long turn. I'm cutting down the amount of work, the amount of turning movements, work, math, complexity that the pattern's throwing at me. But here's the cool thing. Now again, where do I want to be? I want to be in a place to be able to come out similar to how I came in. So I'm going to want to come out here and really use this pattern, because if I can use this pattern and put myself somewhere over here, which is where I want to be to come out, then all I've got to do is, first of all, the pattern's simple. It's not complicated to get out of. This cone's not a challenge and not an issue. So there's a couple things I can do. Most importantly, I want to try to get out of here nice and smooth and not hit this cone, right? So I'm going to want to put myself, if I don't want to hit this cone, I want to put myself out to my original line as best I can. So I'm going to try to plug myself back into this line that I had. So I'm going to follow that up a little and drop back in to the line that I had. So I'm going to swing way out here, use that because I want to make this as tight as I can, because where I'm headed is right back where I came. So I'm going to drive back out here, plug back into that line, and then nice and smooth arc all, and road race that back all the way out. Same thing. What a lot of people do, what some people try to do is they'll end up dropping through here, and they'll look at this as like a chicane, where they'll just chicane through here. Can you do that? In some cases you can. Is it faster? Potentially. Is it much more dangerous? Absolutely. It's a lot more aggressive, right, left, well, if I'm doing it from the bike standpoint, right and left. But it's tricky and it's dangerous. And then again, you're risking hitting this cone. You're risking hitting this cone. You're risking screwing up your angles so that you don't make this left. And it's just a lot trickier. So I would recommend that you don't do that and try to drop back into your original line and follow that all the way back out. All right.